Go.
Yes.
Welcome to TwoLocalRadio.com. My name is Twism Whitepiece. Of course, we've got the mastermind, Ray here with us. You are now tuned in to the fabulous TwoLocalRadio.com live interview with the mastermind and CEO of Black Lion Entertainment Music Group, Mr. Wayne Jones. Mr. Jones, how are you doing today, my man?
I am blessed and highly favored tonight. How was everybody out there?
I can't complain, can't complain. We're getting the job done. Isn't that what's important?
Yes, sir. That's what's important. We got to please the fans, right? We got to keep a smile on
Exactly.
the fans' face. We got to make them.
Exactly.
We got to keep them dancing. We got to keep them smiling, bobbing their heads, shaking their butt. We got to keep them going, baby.
You dig? You see, now I already know I'm going to like this interview. This is already going to be one of my favorite interviews just because I can tell the type of personality you got. You got a great personality already.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, well let's start off with introduce yourself, man. Let everybody know who Wayne Jones is, what he is about, just a biography.
Wow, that's gonna be a long talk, but
Hey,
anyway.
we got time. We got time. You made time for us. We're gonna make time for you.
Who is Wayne Jones? Wayne Jones is a 49-year-old man from Brooklyn, New York. I'm a proud stepfather of seven, an even prouder grandfather of 17.
Nice.
Uh, um, I started, I grew up in Brooklyn, born and raised. Went to Bushwick High School over in Brooklyn. Eventually left high school, graduated high school, and I went into the army for a little while because I played sports, but my I missed out on scholarship opportunities, so I had to go to the army to
Okay.
get paid and whatnot, so that I can pay for my college and whatnot.
Right.
And then I landed a job with a company called the Daily Blossom. The Daily Blossom was basically, when I started with them, was basically floral designers that did something like 1-800 Flowers did.
Okay. Okay. I got you.
But
I got you.
but the owner, Miss Sandra Parks, she was an innovator, and she took that company from being just a flower shop to being a corporate event planning company.
Oh, nice.
And I eventually became her executive assistant.
Oh, wow.
And I worked in that job. Whew, well, I had a fun time in that job because I got to meet celebrities. I worked with a lot of people. I used to provide orders for Diddy, Missy Elliott, um, number of record companies. We provided they was the official flower company for American Express and their CEO and chairman. Um, and I learned in that job. I learned very, very well. I've had
Right.
some great jobs over the years. Um, in 2006, started to get really hard for me and whatnot. Is basically was trying to find a job,
Right.
and in 2008, I got tired of being turned down because I had over 20 years experience working in an office, and a lot of companies didn't want to hire somebody with my type of experience because they thought I wanted a whole lot of money. They didn't understand. I just wanted to make money to take care of my family.
Right. 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 Right.
So, you know, after discussing and praying, and I asked God, what should I do? And God said, follow your heart. So I did. And that's when Wayne Management Company was born.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Now,
Now.
Wayne Management Company started out basically as an internet marketing company. That's
Okay.
where it started out as. But one of my first artists, who is now the president of Black Lion Entertainment Music Group, Cynthia Robinson, better known as Black Cherry, uh, she was doing very, very well in her career, and I took it upon myself to look after her and make sure that nobody took advantage of her.
Right. Right.
And when I did that, the doors started to open. And through her, a lot of other people came about. And over the past 7 years, Wayne Management has grown. And
Fantastic.
Wayne Management has grown so much that um, in 2013, I started Black Lion Entertainment Music Group, which is a
Right.
division of
Right.
Wayne Management Company. And we're doing pretty well right now. We have a lot of artists on our roster. We're not just doing artist management no more. We're doing artist development,
Nice.
artist consulting,
Right. Right.
and,
Taking it to that
and
next step.
right, so right now we're constantly growing, and we're only growing because of the blessing that God has put on our lives.
Amen.
On me, on every single one of my artists, of my staff, everybody, and that's only because of the grace of God, and that's why we're so successful right now. We're not where we want to be,
Right.
but we're getting there.
Right. Well, you know what? In due time, when God feels it's time, God will bless you the way He wants to. So, I mean,
Absolutely.
that's I love the fact that the last two interviews I've gotten to do both have been very spiritual based. I won't say religion. I'm going to say spiritual based because there's a difference between religion and spirituality. Spirituality.
You know what? And I'm going to say something to that fact because a lot of people ask me what religion am I,
right,
or what faith do I follow.
Right.
I'll tell anybody in a minute. I'm not a religious person. I'm a spiritual person.
Exactly.
You understand? Bible says that to worship God in spirit. It doesn't say worship God as a Baptist. It doesn't say worship God as a Christian. It doesn't say worship God as a Jew.
Amen.
You understand what I'm saying?
Amen.
It says worship God as a spirit. Faith is what pleases God.
Exactly.
Not religion. Faith is what pleases God.
Yep.
And when you please God and you delight yourself in the Lord gives you the desires of your heart. And I'm a living testimony of that.
Amen. Me and you both, bro. Me and you. I'm going to say this. I'm right there with you, man. God is the only reason why I have gotten anywhere in my life.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, that was actually an excellent introduction. I am quite impressed. Thank you, Wayne Jones. You have actually set the bar right there with introductions. From now on, anybody who doesn't have an introduction like that to the Two Locos show, you just go on and come back and try again.
Well, I mean, let me say this, man. I mean, my life has not been peachy keen. It has not been easy. I've worked hard for everything I have.
Right.
And I've had obstacles, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I've been a drug addict. I've been an alcoholic.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
I've
been down. I fell through too many trapdoors in my lifetime.
Exactly.
And over the past few years, I was in a very, very dark space. And at the towards the second quarter of 2014, I got very, very sick, and I was diagnosed with prostate cancer.
Wow.
And then the hospital performed a procedure on me, which paralyzed me.
Oh, wow.
From the waist down. It's not permanent. It's temporary. I got a lot of work ahead of me. I got a lot of rehabilitation ahead of me. But those that know me know I don't give up. I don't quit.
Right.
I've never done that, and I'm not going to start right now.
Exactly.
I'm still here because of God. You understand what I'm saying? Because back in April, I almost died.
Yep.
I was at death's door.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it was God that picked my head up and put my focus back on Him, and then He took me away from death's door. Then He gave me the strength and the courage to move on. And it took me when the rehabilitation center told me that I was going to be there 9 months to a year and a half. I was like, no, I'm not.
Right?
No, I'm not. I went into that place on April 28th, and I came out that place on October 1st. In 6 months, I was out.
Nice.
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 And
you know what?
I'm still here, and I'm still pushing. Yeah, I may be temporarily paralyzed, and yeah, I just finished out my radiation treatment of 9 weeks for this prostate cancer, but it's not going to stop me from doing what I do because I have artists that depend on me.
Exactly.
I have people that depend on me, and I have people that look up to me. I'm not letting them down for nothing.
Right. Amen. I love it. Wayne Jones, you got a great head on your shoulders, man. I think you are definitely got the brain power. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, fantastic. Okay, so I sent you a list of questions, and some of those I really am actually kind of excited to learn the answers myself. So I tell you what we're gonna do right now is since everybody kind of got a little taste of who you are and what you've been through, let's talk a little bit more about the BLEMG, the Black Lion Entertainment Music Group. Now, I know that is a subdivision of Wayne Management, obviously, but
yes.
it is seeming to be drawing a lot of attention to itself. And it's not to take away from the Wayne Management name, but it seems as if almost, BLEMG is kind of your bread and butter, so to speak, your little golden egg.
Well, the purpose of Black Lion Entertainment Music Group is to give my artists a platform for their music, to share their music, not just through Wayne Management Company, because Wayne Management Company is more than music. Wayne Management Company is financial services. Wayne Management Company is referral services, for contractors and electricians and everything else like that. That's what Wayne Management is for. So I had to separate the two. That's the purpose of Black Lion Entertainment Music Group.
Gotcha.
And the only reason why Black Lion Entertainment Music Group is so successful is because of the artists.
Fantastic. And now, who are those artists? Go ahead and break an intro.
Woo!
Yeah, I know, right?
Let me start with the women first.
Okay.
My first artist, who I always like to dub her as the first lady of Wayne Management Company.
Okay.
Her name is Cynthia Robinson, better known as Black Cherry to most of people.
Yeah, definitely the listeners know her as that.
And she's the president of Black Lion Entertainment Music Group. She's also an artist, and she has been a very strong force for me. Especially when I went into the hospital, it was Cynthia Robinson that kept these companies going. Right. It was Cynthia Robinson that made sure that people knew who Black Lion Entertainment Music Group was, who Wayne Management Company was, and who the artists are. The other artist is another woman. Her name is Black Pearl. And yes, they're sisters. Black Pearl. Black Pearl is one of the most skilled rappers out here. Her one of her main hits, "Papa Like a Rubber Band," took off.
And it has, yeah. Definitely.
And I love that woman. She does her thing, whatnot, and although we all have life issues and life commandments, and she puts her family first, and I will never ever stop nobody from putting their family first.
Right.
I'm always going to be here for her.
Fantastic.
Starting with the rest of the roster, is Ferragamo. Ferragamo is one of the most popular artists on Black Lion Entertainment Music Group.
Nice.
He's been now with me a little bit over 5 years, and he has a new mixtape coming out tomorrow called "Heavy as the Crown." This is his fourth mixtape. He is a prolific rapper. He is very skilled both verbally and creatively. He's unquestionably one of the most talented rappers I've ever come across. The next rapper is also one of my most talented artists. His name is Nice One, from Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah.
He's due to re-release his last mixtape, which it's going to be with different songs, and that mixtape is called "Money Makes It Wet."
Okay.
Yeah. It's a great CD.
Now, real quick though, any of these CDs that you're talking about and these artists, if people want to learn more, listen to more, can they go to the BLEMG.com website?
They can go to the BLEMG website and go to where it says Artist Roster. And the whole roster is on there.
Okay.
I
just wanted to make sure that if people are wanting to find out who you're talking about, they have the opportunity to go and look at it while you're talking about it.
Well, right now, like I said, with Black Cherry, first of all, she has a song on iTunes called "Tell Me the Truth." We released that song back in 2009, and it's been doing very, very well, especially overseas.
Good.
Especially in the United Kingdom, and over in London. She's been doing very well, and She's in high demand. Um, Same with Ferragamo and Nice One.
Right.
This late last year, no, in the middle, at the beginning of last year, I had the opportunity and the pleasure to sign my first international artist. His name
Who's
is
that?
Meat Sauce. He's from Trinidad Tobago.
Okay.
Reggae artist, excellent at what he does.
Fantastic.
And I'm so blessed to have him as a part of my roster, because then it just expands everything for for Wayne Management Company and Black Lion Entertainment Music Group, because now I'm not just stuck in rap and R&B. Now I'm doing rap, R&B, and now reggae.
Yep.
You understand?
Exactly.
I also have another reggae artist. His name is Young GT. And
say that again. Say that one more time.
Young GT.
Young GT.
Yes.
Okay. Young.
He's another skilled. He's another skilled reggae artist and whatnot. And I've been, we've been working together for the past few years.
Okay.
Again, I don't interfere with nobody's personal life because I'm like this. Your personal life is more important than music.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
A lot of people fail to realize that too.
And that's what a lot of people fail to realize, and that's where a lot of people fail.
Yeah.
Where they try to put this music thing in front of their personal lives, and then they neglect. And I'm not. And guess what? I'm one of those people. That's what put me in the hospital in the first place, because I put everything and everyone in front of my health.
Exactly. And you know what? I actually have to back you up on that. I was in association. You remember the guy last week, Jerry Wilson?
Yes.
Yes. I was actually. He's kind of like a little mentor to me. He actually helped improve a lot of the areas in my career and stuff. But one of the hardest lessons that he had to drill into my head was to put the family first, because as an artist, we are so focused on the goal that we forget the steps along the way. Do you understand what I'm saying? Nobody can make a leap and go from nothing to something. You have to walk the steps. And in the process of walking those steps, man, you got to remember your family, your friends, your life.
Absolutely.
I've seen some people get so focused and so involved into it that they forgot to shower, they forgot to shave, they forgot to take care of themselves. Some people, like you even said, put themselves into the hospital. We're in about.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah. Oh, I think we all have.
I've gotten stuck. I used to put in 14, 16-hour days.
A day, yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Promoting and advertising and marketing.
Yep.
I mean, I would put in that much time, sleep 4 hours, get back up and do it all over again.
Yep. I would get up before the kids had to go to school. I would get up started on it then get the kids ready for school, drop them off at school, come back, spend all day, and then when they got home, help them with their homework for like an hour, and then go right back to it until 11.
And go right
12.
back to it,
exactly.
And
exactly.
Like I said, and I got 17 grandchildren.
Man, I can only imagine.
Okay, I got 17 grandchildren. Okay, 14 granddaughters and 3 grandsons. And I love every single one of them.
As you should.
And they are my inspiration. They are what keeps me going.
Exactly.
Besides the love of my life, and I'm going to keep her name out of it for right now.
Yeah, that's a smart man.
I'm going to keep her name out of it right now because, she doesn't. She's not that type of person that likes the limelight like that, nor does she like to be identified like that.
Yeah, my wife is the same way. My wife is the same
but
way.
without this woman, man, I
wouldn't
be
nothing.
Know where I'd be.
Yeah, exactly.
I gotta introduce 2 other artists. Though.
Oh, go right ahead. Sorry.
While I was in the hospital, and once I started getting things back to working and moving slowly but surely. What I wound up meeting an artist while I was in the hospital by the name of Mr. Swag 360. And we went into negotiations. We went back and forth for a couple of months. After I came out the hospital on October 1st, on October 6th, I signed up to my to my roster.
Okay.
And he's been a part of my roster since October 6th. And again, another prolific rapper, another skilled rapper. He's hard. He's very, very hard. He's very, very skilled. He doesn't take shortcuts. He's got a mixtape coming out soon, and I can't wait for everybody to hear his mixtape come out.
What's his name again?
Mr. Swag 360.
Swag. I'm writing this all down. Sorry, 360. Okay.
And lastly, right now, I mean, I have other artists, but lastly, the one I want to mention, his name is Blaze Billions.
Oh, of course. Yes.
You
definitely.
know,
I love that song. Yes.
Blaze is actually Blaze searched me out.
Nice.
And he literally found me on Reverb Nation. Then he Googled me.
Right.
And seeing that I was not just joking around or just saying I'm doing this and that.
Right.
And he reached out to me, and we met and we started working together. And he has proven to be one of my more premier artists. And the artists I've already named, these are all my premier artists.
These
are the ones I really, really push hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that's basically it as far as my artist roster. Like I said, I do have others. They're in development stages. I don't turn my back on them. I work with them.
But just until they're ready, we'll let them get themselves together first. And
Absolutely.
Right. And that's smart too, because a lot of the things that managers or artist representatives do is they take what kind of package that you do have, and they try to manipulate it to their way. And a lot of what needs to happen, or what has been happening here lately but hasn't happened for a while, is that the managers and the artist representatives, such as yourself, such as Gabrielle Linton, Sammy Joe Barbic, they are more focused on the long term rather than the short term. Yeah, you got a great package now, but how can we develop that package so that it stays a consistent package for a long time?
Well, I'm going to tell you something. These artists that I work with, they help me out a lot. For instance, Ferragamo. What I didn't know, and I wound up finding out later, Ferragamo has his own group called Rare Breed.
Okay. I love their song, We On It.
You think that's something? You need to hear the others.
Well, then I'm going to have to get on that, my guy.
Serious. You really need to hear the others. You can look me up on SoundCloud, and you'll hear the others. I mean, Rare Breed is going to be one of the most serious groups. Rare Breed reminds me of Houdini. You understand what I'm saying? And that's how good they are. You know what I'm saying? And see, that's the thing with my artists. All of my artists remind me of somebody. For instance, Blaze Billions reminds me of Jay-Z.
Nice. You know what? I bet that dude just cheesed like hell right there. I know I would have, man.
Cynthia Robinson, Black Cherry, she reminds me of Evelyn Champagne King. Black Pearl reminds me of Missy Elliott. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's not. And the thing about it, I love about these artists, they're not trying to be these artists. They're trying to be themselves.
They just happen
They're not
to
trying
come across,
to be somebody that they're not. They're not trying to imitate the others that's already made it. They're trying to make their own way.
Right.
That's what I love about these artists, and that's why I will never, ever give these artists up for nothing.
No, you shouldn't either. You shouldn't. And, that's the sign of a dedicated manager, artist developer. I mean, it seems like you care more about your artists, and I let me speak frank for a minute. It seems like you care more about your artists than you do your business or yourself.
You can say I can agree with that.
Yeah,
I can easily agree with that, because all I want is all I want for them is to succeed and reach the levels that they are looking to reach.
Amen.
I could tell my artists, my goal is to get you signed to a major label.
Right.
Because once I sign you to a major label, my job is done.
Exactly.
A lot of my artists be like, no, it's not.
No, you better come with us.
No, you coming with us. No,
right?
We're not. No, it's not.
Right.
Who am I to argue? You understand?
But you know what that means? You know what that means, right? that means that you yourself are of quality business appeal and quality personal appeal, that they feel like they need to have you in their life in order for success to happen.
Absolutely.
And that you should take that as a very, very proud, have a lot of pride in that. It's not
wrong. I'm very, very proud, and I'm very,
you
very
created
honored.
such a great
but
thing.
Most of all, I am humble, because guess what? Every single one of these artists could have went to somebody else with more experience and more, I don't know, more resources, but they chose to work with me. So I'm blessed. I'm blessed and I'm humbled.
You know what? I disagree, though. I disagree because at the end of the day, you're one of them few people out there that actually care, and that means a lot to an artist.
Yeah. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Absolutely.
And because I'm able to embrace both sides of that fence, I can speak as an artist. As an artist, I would have to say that as far as myself, I know that one of the biggest dreams that could come true for me myself would be to have a manager or an artist representative who was serious enough and dedicated enough to be, as involved as you are with Black Lion Entertainment Music Group, or as Sammy Jo Barbecue is with her corporation down in California, or Gabrielle Linton with Watergate. I mean, these are Jerry Wilson with It's So Real. These are people who continually put themselves at the mercy, the suffering, in order to see their artists and to see the artists' dreams come to reality.
Here's
the
secret to my madness. I used to be an artist.
Right. Yep.
I used to be an artist. I used to sing. And yes, I have a beautiful voice. I brag about my voice all the time.
Oh well,
you know what?
Voice. I need a collab, right?
I sang for over maybe about 15 years.
Nice.
I used to sing in the Catskills, at various locations in the Catskills. I've sang in church, but a lot of times I used to sing privately,
right?
And I know as an artist, basically what to look for. And what I wanted, and I didn't get that when I was an artist. I didn't have nobody to guide me and, protect me and everything else like that.
Exactly.
So that was another motivating factor for my business. I wanted to do that.
I've kind of thought about that. Like, I've kind of thought, hey, since I've established myself like this, why don't I turn around? But, then I come back to the sense of, it's still a dream that I have, and I don't think I'm ready to give up on my dream in order for others to have theirs. I know that might sound kind of selfish, but it's not per se, because there's a lot of people counting on me to make it, counting on me to be successful, and I kind of feel like that I'd be letting down those people if I didn't continue to try every day. You understand what I mean by that?
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
It does get frustrating, not having a manager, not having an AR, having to do all those steps and that work. And I know, Wayne, you're probably going to be like, oh, my God, he's so right. But the countless nights that we have gone without eating in order to make sure that we had just those couple of dollars to either take a bus to the next show or to you understand what I mean? I mean, there was times when I was traveling around with It's So Real where we literally starved for 2-3 days at a time just so that we could have either the gas money to get there or to have, the money to make it back or whatever it was.
Absolutely.
I mean, that is that is where I think that a lot of artists tend to start giving up, because you're all ready for the work and you think you can do it, and then you get involved to it and you're like, oh my gosh, man, this is really overwhelming, this is really difficult. And a known fact is that you can't get nowhere if you don't know somebody that's already there.
Absolutely.
You understand what I mean?
And I'm going to tell you something, man, the music business, as an artist, man, it is not nothing to play with. You got to be determined. You got to have a determination to make it in this business.
Exactly.
You got to be inspired. People that inspire me, Jay-Z, Jermaine Dupri.
Oh yeah, yeah.
People like Ice Cube, they inspire me. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I watch them. They're not only artists, but now they're owners of labels and whatnot.
Yep. And they're actually changing the world around them in a positive manner too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that I try my best to emulate these people. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
God forbid if I ever meet them, because I'm going to question them and take their brain forever. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm not going to be like, oh my God, it's Jay-Z. I'm going to be like, hey, yo, bro, look, I need to ask you a couple questions.
I need to ask you something, man. How you do this, man?
Man, look here, peep some games to me for a minute.
Could you give me a map or something? You know, I'm going to pick your brain until I get what I want out of you.
CSI itself going to have to come up here to find you, bro, because you ain't leaving.
Nope. Exactly.
That's great, man. That's great. And you know what, though? I agree with you 100%. You know, a lot of times we have people get on here, and it's kind of like a mixed ideas because, you know, everybody perceives it differently. You know, everybody perceives their own experience with the rap game, you know what I'm saying, versus somebody else's experience. It's always going to be different. But one of the things that seems to always be, you know, a commonality is the fact that no matter what, where, or who, determination and drive continues to be the astounding quality to why people succeed. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. That's right.
And when we talk about, I know we're laughing about Jay-Z and we're laughing about this stuff and that, but the reason why that they became that is because they never gave up. Jay-Z was around forever. Okay?
Absolutely.
And it was only because he did not give up that he ended up becoming the popular person that he is today.
Exactly. And see, I love Jay-Z because he went from the street corner to the boardroom.
Boy, you know what? I went from the street corner. Now I'm at the computer desk. Hopefully, I can make the boardroom soon. You know what I mean?
Hey, listen, I went from the street corner and hiding and ducking and stealing.
No.
Listen, I'd rob you and standing right in front of you, and I'd rob you blind and whatnot.
Right.
That's how bad I had it bad.
I'm distracting you while my man's running in your house.
Yeah, exactly. But I thank God that he changed my life, you know.
Amen.
He put me on a different path and whatnot. And I'm on that path right now. So there's a lot of changes coming right now. And God has given me so much and whatnot. And these businesses are now all about honoring God.
Fantastic, man. And you know what? Everybody should have that mentality. In everything you do, it should be an honor to God because he gave you the abilities that he gave, the talents that you have, the connections or the doors open. It all came from Jesus. So you're supposed to embrace that in every action. In every breath you take, you're supposed to give praise to the Lord and the Savior. So, I mean, that's you know, that's awesome. I love hearing that stuff. But, you know, real quick, man, because I love the conversations that we're having, but there's some things that I really did want to talk about, like the All-Star Weekend and things like that, because I know you had some big events happen to you here lately. And
it was
a nice one in Ferragamo, I know that we're tearing it up last week, wasn't it? Last Saturday?
No, as a matter of fact, they're tearing it up tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow. Okay, so I'm a week ahead.
Tomorrow at is at the Skyline Hotel in Manhattan. They will be performing for the DWE Music All-Star Tour and Conference.
Nice.
That's going to be taking place here in New York City. It's going to be a wonderful event because they are not only doing the music concert from 7 until 10, but before that they are doing 2 fashion shows.
Oh, wow, nice.
You know, and then after the music event, they're going to have an after party on the yacht where people get to perform and everything else like that.
You know, I wish I could have made it. Henry hit me up, and he told me all the information about it, and, you know, I wanted to be there so bad. I mean, it's just one of those things where I had already made so many plans and so many things going on that I just was not going to be able to fit it into the – but I would have loved to have been there, you know, got to meet you in person, shake your hand, you know what I mean?
The event promoter for this is Mr. Debonair. He's out of Texas. He has proven to be a good friend and whatnot, and I was honored when he asked me to ask me to work with him on this event. And I brought it up to my artists. 2 of my artists decided they were going to take advantage.
Nice.
You know, and I'm very happy to be represented by my artists. You know, and they're going to represent well.
Good.
You understand
Well,
what I'm saying? I'm
they
just, and I'm proud. I'm proud, because this is one of the biggest events, and then
Yeah.
Nice One got another show coming up on February 22nd at Blackthorn 51 in Queens,
Okay.
and we just real busy right now, and I'm trying to keep it that way because now for this year 2015, it's all about exposing everybody and getting the word out about everybody,
And it seems as almost as if, I applaud and I appreciate your effort, but it seems as almost maybe you don't need to worry so much about that. It almost seems as if, I think maybe your group is going to have you taken care of this year. I mean, I check out the posts every now and then, and I pay attention, and I see what's going on, and it seems like, as much as you may feel that you need to go around breathing it, it seems like you've created a team that is strong enough and capable enough of handling it for you.
Let me introduce you to my team, man. Of course, I'm the CEO of both Wayne Management Company and Black Lion Entertainment.
Right.
Cynthia Robinson just recently promoted to president of Black Lion Entertainment, and like I said, without her, neither one of these companies would still be here.
Right.
So I had no other choice. She's the president of Black Lion Entertainment Music Group, and she's also the chief operating officer of Wayne Management Company.
Gotcha.
Ferragamo, he's also not only just my performing artist, but he's the executive director for Wayne Management Company, and he's an A&R for urban music with Black Lion Entertainment Music Group. Black Pearl, she's an A&R for urban music with Black Lion Entertainment Music Group. Richard Gary, he's my music director. That's my brother. Yeah, Richard
Gary, okay.
He's my music director. He's my younger brother.
Okay.
He's my music director. He's in charge of basically music content. And lastly, the newest addition is my cousin Cassandra Monique Marie Daniel Jones.
Wow.
She is the creative director for both Wayne Management Company and Black Lion Entertainment Music Group. She handles all outside events, special events, and she takes care of everything in that particular area. So I have a great team, and it's because of this team that I can concentrate more on my recovery, because that's what's important for me, and that's what's important for them too. They want me to get better.
Well, and
they don't even want me working as hard as I do.
Honestly though, Wayne, I mean, you yourself, think about it from your point of view. Do you want them stressing and worrying over you if something happens to you?
Not at all. That's the last thing I want.
They're not going to be able to put their fullest into it. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
There's a saying. You can only be good for somebody else if you're good for yourself.
Absolutely.
And I feel like I love it. I see it. It radiates off of you how good you are to your people. But, don't forget about yourself, Wayne. I mean, there's a lot of people out here who have befriended you lately and come to find you a very, capable and strong-minded, as well as just a great person. And it would be, be one of those things that would be kind of like, man, really? People are going to start being affected by your decisions. And if that decision is to run yourself into the ground, they're going to be affected by it too.
Well, if I would have kept on the way I was going back in April 2014, I would have.
Right.
If I would have given up when I wanted to give up back in April, I would have. You understand what I'm saying? But
exactly.
God saw something different.
And
I saw something different, and like
all
I said,
praises to him.
And he put people in my life. My family. I have family that stuck into my head and pushed me and encouraged me. Without these people, man, I wouldn't even be here to talk with you right now.
Right, exactly. And you know what? I hear you mention Cynthia Robinson so much, and it seems as if, not to label, but it seems like that's your right hand. It seems like this whole operation kind of wouldn't be able to function without the connection to Cynthia Robinson.
Well, like I said, when I went down and got real sick and wasn't able to do anything, Cynthia Robinson took a leadership role. Right. She didn't even have an executive title in the
He just
company.
stepped
She
up
was
to the
just
plate.
a performance. She was just a performing artist. She stepped up to the plate and handled my company and kept both my companies afloat.
Right.
You
And that's
understand?
awesome.
Without her, I wouldn't have been able to release 2 mixtapes under Black Lion Entertainment Music Group, and I would not be able to be there for Farragamo, Nice One, Blaze Billions, Young GT, Me Source, and everybody else that looks to me and would ask me, counts on me to work with them and guide them and protect their music. My job is to guide them and to protect their music to make them a star, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Fantastic. Now, so what are some of the results that you're trying to see from this year? I mean, I hear what you plan on doing. What do you expect to see accomplished after it's all said and done?
Well, what I like to see accomplished,
realistic goals. Realistic goals.
To be honest with you, what I'm looking to do right now is drop of an album. CD album with all my artists, and I've been putting it off for years and whatnot. But I think this year I'm going to drop it, and it's called
like
We
a
Are
national
Here.
album or
A national album that's going to
Okay.
be for sale. This is not going to be a mixtape that you can just download. You're going to have to pay for this. And with all these artists, it's about that time. They deserve it. More than me. You understand what I'm saying? They've been working hard and they've been developing their crafts and everything else like that. I owe it to them to get this happening. So one of the things I'm working on is to get this album out and started. Another thing that's going on with me right now is that I'm launching a gospel division.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
And I'm launching a gospel division. And I'm looking to try to release a gospel album by the end of the year.
Are we going to have any of your singing on it?
Huh?
Are we going to have any of your singing on it?
No, I'm not singing.
Oh, come on.
I'm not singing. No, I'm not getting on that album. There's no way. I'm not going to get into the studio. And then everybody says that I deserve to be on it. Everybody says that I should be on it.
At least one song.
Right now that's not the plan. The plan is, because the gospel album is going to have, of course, it's going to have traditional gospel. But now what I'm trying to do is introduce gospel hip-hop to the East Coast.
Oh, I'm with it. Oh, man, I'm right there with you. I've got 100
You
songs.
understand?
We'll run this, man. Just let me know.
Gospel hip-hop is well known in the Midwest.
Oh, man.
I know that for a fact.
Oh, tell me about it.
I spent months in the Midwest, and that's all I heard.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
God put it on my heart to expose it here in the East Coast.
Man.
So I started basically recruiting gospel artists, and there's a number of artists that I'm looking at, especially hip-hop artists that I'm looking at to be a part of this gospel project. It's going to take some work, and I got a lot of work ahead of me and a lot of recruiting ahead of me, but I won't fail because I know I'm backed by God.
That's what's up. And another thing is that with the gospel, it's really a great thing because it's I'm all for bringing back to hip hop, not taking away. You understand what I mean by that? And with gospel, the only thing you can do is bring praise and adoration to your Lord and Savior and bring a positive light to hip hop.
There's an artist here on the East Coast called Marty Grace. He's a gospel hip hop artist. He just released a new song lately. With Hezekiah Walker.
Nice.
And he actually, Marty Grace is one of my mentors. I look to him. You understand what I'm saying? He's also a fashion designer. He has his own fashion line too. This is why I look to Marty Grace, because Marty Grace is one of those people that you look at and like, I want to do what he does.
Yeah.
I try to emulate him. Sometimes when I get a chance to talk to him, I'll try to pick his brain. You understand what I'm saying? Every time I see he puts something up, I take it and I share it with my network so that he can get the most maximum exposure. Because he has helped me so much, and he don't even know it. But he has helped me so much. He has taught me so much.
That's
you
funny.
Understand what I'm saying?
That's funny. You're just soaking up the knowledge, and the dude don't even know what's going on.
Absolutely.
I actually, as a matter of fact, it's funny you should say that because I actually just met a guy named yesterday. He's actually from out in New York. Maybe you might know him. His name is Architects.
I heard of him.
Okay. I actually just had the pleasure of being introduced to him, and literally, like you said, from the moment that I Googled him and found out that he's a level higher than me, it was instantly, oh my God, bro. Okay, so let me talk to you for a second. Let me get some of this game. Let me get some of this knowledge that you have because, one of the things that is most beneficial in hip hop is progression. And, you said it yourself. You didn't stop. Not stopping, that's a form of progression because you are allowing yourself more open doors, more opportunities, so on and so forth. So when this guy hit me up, I was like, oh, my God, a great door opening, and at the same time, I get to learn. And to me, being able to learn something in a day is better than the work that I get accomplished.
A few years ago, I was introduced to a quote, and I've been living by this quote ever since. And the quote goes like this: if my determination to succeed is strong enough, failure will never overtake me.
Amen.
Sweet.
Oh, wow. Say that one more time so everybody can get that in their heads.
If my determination to succeed is strong enough, failure will never overtake me.
Amen. Boy, oh boy. You know what, man?
And that's what I've been living by.
Yeah, I gotta write that
down. That's how I've been getting over.
Yeah.
And it is because of that statement plus the leading of God that I'm still here.
Amen.
It's because of that statement, the leading of God, and the people that God has placed in my life that I'm still here. And I'm not as successful as I'd like to be, but I'm successful.
Do you though really think that you'll ever be as successful as you want to be?
Nah, because I'm never going to be satisfied.
Exactly. Human nature.
There you go.
It's human nature.
I'm never going to be satisfied.
Me either.
Once I reach a level, I want the next level. So
exactly. I call myself one of the greediest, hungriest bastards out there because of the fact that I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat as much as I can and as much as I can get. Plain and simple. So, okay, so real quick, we got a couple minutes left. I know we started a little bit late, so we'll go ahead and run over a little bit. No stress there. We don't need to worry about that. But before we do end, I would like to get just the last couple of these questions out because they're the advice for the next generation questions. Do you know what I mean by that?
Okay, yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
And seeing that you're up there on a level and that people need to be paying attention, maybe they can gain something from what you have to say. Okay. I know that I have. So let's start with the first one. Let's just go ahead and ask you, what do you feel is wrong with the rap game, the industry, the underground? What just in general, what do you feel like is wrong right now?
Too many people are trying to be like people that's already made it.
So
too many people trying to trying to be like Biggie, or too many people is trying to be like Tupac.
Right.
Then don't get me wrong. I understand that rap is an expression.
Right.
It expresses how we live, how we've been living, and what are we looking for. But see, you can express all that without all the profanity.
Right. Oh, amen. Amen.
You understand what I'm saying?
Amen.
All that can be expressed without all the profanity. You understand what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. None of my artists is perfect.
Right.
I'm not perfect.
Right.
You push my buttons the wrong way, boy, you'll see a side of me.
You're going to get them out. Never believe that.
You never believe that. You understand what I'm saying? You'll get a mouthful. You understand what I'm saying? But I've learned how to curb that. You understand what I'm saying? These are what artists need to do. They need to learn how to channel their message in a positive way so that it inspires others. Because guess what? All they're doing is glorifying cars and drugs and women and
creating
disrespecting
negativity.
Women. You understand what I'm saying? None of my artists does that.
Yep.
None.
Creating negativity.
Absolutely none of my artists does that.
I actually want to see somebody try to bite KRS-One.
Yeah.
That'll never happen. You can't.
I don't
can't
think
do
so
that.
either. And you know what? The man who does or the woman who does, that's a person I'd like to shake their hand.
I'm serious. I'm serious. Listen, the person that does that, I'm taking them to dinner.
You know it. You know it.
I'm taking them to dinner. I'm taking them to dinner for the whole week.
Don't worry about splitting
the
check.
For
this
dinner.
is all me.
Yeah, I'm taking them to dinner for the whole week.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Okay, so we talked about what you felt was wrong with it. So what do you feel is positive, or what can artists be doing to have that positivity about it?
When they create their music, make sure your music has a message, and make sure it has a positive message. Make sure your music is out to inspire or to encourage others. Make sure your music is out there to motivate others, because what you want to do is create a positive image. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to create a negative image and have the negative type fans, which creates, you know what I'm saying?
More negativity.
Right.
I mean, that's what it comes down to.
And when you create more negativity, how do you expect to succeed when all you're talking about is negativity?
Exactly.
So what I feel artists should do is basically create music that's going to inspire and that's going to motivate.
Amen.
You understand what I'm saying?
Amen.
I mean, yeah, you still got people that use profanity, you know. That's all well and good, but see, you got to limit it. Because guess what? When you use a whole bunch of profanity, I can't put you on the radio.
Exactly. And
I can't shop you out. I can't shop you to college stations.
I was just going to say, not only that, but it limits the audience that you have as well.
Absolutely, because not everybody want to hear all that.
Exactly. As a matter of fact,
not everybody
want
to hear all that. Now, listen, I grew up when rap started.
Yeah.
I grew up when they was out on the streets hooking up power to light poles and playing music in the middle of schoolyards and on the corners and whatnot. I watched rap evolve. You understand what I'm saying? I watched it evolve to something. When rap started, it was all about partying.
Yep.
And then it went from partying to rebellion, to disrespect of women, to disrespect of themselves and not even knowing it.
Yep. Boy, oh boy, Wayne, that was well said. I appreciate that. I like that.
Damn.
And see, you know, something else that gets annoying is the fact that, you know, maybe, you did see Lil Wayne go do it like that. Or maybe you did see Rick Ross do it like that. Or maybe this person did it like that. But that doesn't mean that you need
you have to do it that way.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because see, guess what? Every single one of those artists that's up there right now, they made their own paths.
That's why they're noticed. That's why they're
noticed. You got to make your own path. Stop trying to be like somebody else that you're not. Be yourself.
Right.
And what's funny with that is, if you think about it, the artists that actually made the most money were the ones that did not cuss. If you think of your Jazzy Jeff, if you think of your
Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Will Smith. If you think you're LL Cool J.
LL Cool J.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? Please, Run DMC. I can go on.
Common.
Yep. You understand? Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5. Please, I can go on.
Sugar Hill Gang.
There you go.
I mean, we could go back. We could go back 20, 30 years.
I can go all the way back that far.
Exactly.
You know, I can go all the way back to Kool Moe Dee versus Busy Bee.
Oh wow. Oh,
okay.
No way.
Yeah, I can go back that far, and I love that battle. I play that battle every single week.
I know that's right. Probably one of the best I ever watched. Ever.
That was the first battle, and that was the first battle that got that Busy Bee was annihilated because Kool Moe Dee set the standard for battle rap in that.
Yeah. Oh boy. And you know what? I like the fact though that nowadays we can have that healthy battle rap competition again. That's something I've seen coming back into effect.
Well, it is coming back to an effect, and I'm happy it is, you know.
Yeah.
But then you got some battle raps that they get a little bit out of hand because they can't take it.
Right. And you know what,
though? Take it.
Yeah,
honestly, if anybody's in a battle rap and you get your feelings hurt, then you just realize that they told the truth. I mean,
absolutely.
Plain and simple, because the only reason that you would get offended is if that person hit a button. Do you understand what I mean by that? They have to be able to
Absolutely.
push a button in order for you to have a reaction, and that's the whole point of battle rap. Battle rapping is what button can you push to make that person mess up. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah, but
So,
some people
yeah,
take it too
exactly.
personal.
One of our viewers commented in, have you ever seen the beef DVDs where they go around and they have the
Yeah,
have you seen those?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have.
some of those are great and some of those are pretty rough, man. I seen this one
Yeah,
where
very much so.
I seen this one where they were in the school gymnasium and they were rapping, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, man, somebody said something and this dude came around from the other dude and the whole gymnasium went into a big ass fight.
That's right.
It was crazy, man, crazy. But yeah, man, those beef DVDs, they do bring a lot of attention. But once again, though, is it the kind of attention that we're wanting? Is it that positive attention or is it that negative attention?
Well, that's entirely up to the artist. You know what I'm saying? Because not every single artist is going to have the capabilities and the creativity to go from that to creating music and telling stories.
Exactly.
See, when you're a rap artist, you got to be able to tell a story that people's going to be able to understand and relate to.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? But if you're putting out negativity stories, how long do you expect to last?
Or how do you expect people not to react back to you with negativity?
Or how do you expect to make it out there in Radio Land? Because guess what? Radio Land is not playing all that.
No. And you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because I try to stress this so much in the radio show that if you would just write your original song without the cuss words, later on, when you go perform it at a club, throw the cuss words in there. But at least you made that song radio ready.
Radio ready.
That is more important.
And that's what I feel is the secret to the success of a rapper.
Yep.
You understand? Is to create radio ready music first.
Yep. Amen. I have.
When you perform it, if you want to add a little bit of profanity when you perform it, that's fine because you perform
hey, that
live.
makes the show live. Whatever. That's your way of doing your show. That's fine.
But you got to make something radio ready because guess what? If you don't make nothing radio ready, like Diddy once said, I watched the movie Notorious. He said, if I don't have nothing to play on the radio, you're just going to be a broke ass mixtape rapper.
Exactly. That is the truth. And
you understand what I'm saying?
What's that?
No, I was just saying that's the way I feel about it. And I another one of my mentors, Diddy. Please, we can't even go there right now.
That's the thing, though. But see, that's the thing because this newer generation, they've looked at the older generation and said, okay, I got this. I can do it better than them. But what they failed to realize is that the reason why this generation is putting its foot down and becoming a better is because of a couple of reasons. One, we're tired of the bullshit. Okay? We're tired of all the crap that we have been through with the industry, the music world, the people that we've seen, the acts that we've seen. It's not what we want to support. And, deep inside every human being is that natural desire for positivity. It's a natural human nature, okay? So professionalism, progression, you know what I'm saying, radio ready, these are what we like to say is as a package. How can people take these packages and display them when they themselves are, it goes back to that whole thing, you can't be good for others if you're not good for yourself?
Absolutely.
I feel like a lot of people try to write, as a white artist, and this is in no way to be racist or disrespectful or anything like that. If you really felt like I would be such a success if I went out there and cussed every other rhyme, then you're my favorite fan because that means you believe in me no matter what. But the reality of the situation is that had I tried to come out of the gate cussing and talking about burning people and setting them on fire and taking them out to the woods and killing them and things like this, that I would have not been respected. But it's because I came out the gate with songs like Do You Remember and If You Dream It and things that, like you said, have that positive message, made them radio ready from the bat. Do you understand? These are things now, when we talk about radio play, it's not even something I worry about anymore. And that is progression.
And it is progression, and the artists need to learn that.
Well,
artist needs to learn that.
do you think most
You know?
can, though? I mean, honestly.
Do I
you
think
not
most
feel like
can?
that's the
Yes,
deciding factor?
I do think most can learn that. But the question is, do most want to? Do they want to implement that? Because
Right.
there's artists
Right.
out there that know that, but they won't implement that because they feel that their type of rap with all the profanity is going to get them where they need to be.
Because that trap shit is what people want to hear, or no, I agree. I agree.
The thing about it that I don't mind cussing if it's goes with the song, but I'm just not big into somebody doing it every other word just to do it.
Yeah.
That's
No.
right.
And Ray, you could probably speak even better than I can about this because you've been doing the Reverb Nation longer. A lot of those songs that we hear on the Reverb Nation are that
Garbage.
same repetitive, I'm going to kill you, take your
Garbage.
car. Yeah, exactly. And it's frustrating. It really does, especially for somebody who sits behind the scenes. It's frustrating because it makes me feel like all this work that I'm trying to do or that you're trying to do or that Ray's trying to do or Gabby or Jerry or any of the people that we talk about, it's almost like it's in vain. You know what I mean? Because we're trying so desperately to reach out and intellectualize this next generation that I think it's, some ends we're fighting two fronts.
But
there you go.
But
I agree with you 100%.
Ray, you wanted to say something?
Yeah. But on the same token, man, even if I go through 500 songs of garbage just to find that one ray of light or however you want to call it, was worthwhile to me.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But when we talk about hip hop as a whole, you Ray, even yourself have to say, it's kind of depressing right now.
But that's not just hip hop in general. That's all music now in general.
That's all music. That is absolutely all music. You understand? So you're starting to hear curses in R&B music.
Yeah,
that is true. You're starting to hear curses in R&B music. Certain house music. You're starting to hear curses in. You understand what I'm saying? So it's spilling over. It's progressing to other areas, to other genres. I heard a country song the other day. I'm not a country song fan, but I heard a country song the other day and it was filled with profanity. You understand what I'm saying? I've never heard a country song with profanity.
That's crazy. Country.
I've never heard a country song with profanity until I heard this last week. And it shocked me. And see, for me, that's like that shows how much influence the rap game has.
Yeah, and I agree with you there. I think as far as any musical genre goes, hip hop and rap are definitely the forefront on what we would like to call society changing.
But one of the reasons for it, not to cut either of you off, but I do have to say this. One of the reasons for it is because back in the day when there was that rebellion, the radio stations weren't playing, the positive message. If you think about it,
that's right.
Even if you go back to Tupac, one of his best songs was "Unconditional Love," but I guarantee you won't hear it once.
You won't hear it once. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But you'll hear
it. Just like with Biggie, when he came back, after his first album, and when he tried to come back with his next album just before he was killed and whatnot, that album was more inspiring than his last album.
Right.
It was more positive than his last album.
Yep.
And a lot of people didn't want to play it, but see, because of the fan base he had, that's what made it so successful.
Exactly. And do you know the reason why both of those two people were respected on both of theirs? It wasn't because of the beef or the East Coast, West Coast rivalry. It was because to their fans, they were the prophet, the message bringer, the person who spoke what they wanted said in life. Do you understand what I mean?
That's right.
So,
I'll agree.
Wayne Jones, I apologize, man. We are just having too much fun, and unfortunately,
I understand, man.
I still got to get back to the radio station, so
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and say my, my goodbyes and congratulations and so on, and then I'm going to flip over and let Ray take it. But real quick, man, I just wanted to say that it has been an absolute pleasure and a blessing to sit and get to talk to you. I know we talk all the time on Facebook, but it's a completely different aspect to be able to speak to somebody voice to voice and get a feel for their personality and their mindset and things like that. I just want to say, man, you seem like you've got a winning hand going here. So I am very much looking forward to what not only Wayne Management, but as Black Lion Entertainment Music Group. I look forward to what they get done in this next year. I'm very anxious to see it. I know that Ferragamo is like I said, one of my favorites, as well as that We On It, man. That song We On It just sticks in my head so much. Really just what it comes down to is, man, I just want to say congratulations. I want to say good luck. And I want to say thank you for taking your time out, because you're a very busy man, for taking your time out and spending it with us here on TwoLocalRadio.com. It's been an absolute pleasure, my guy, for real, for real.
And I'd like to thank both you and Ray Ray for having me and for always supporting me.
Oh,
Since
no doubt.
we've met, that's all y'all have ever done for me.
No doubt.
And that's something I will never forget.
Oh, and you know what, man?
It's been my absolute pleasure to be on this show. It's been an absolute pleasure to talk with you. I wish we'd have had longer to talk, but
yeah,
I'll
definitely.
go back another time.
I'm sure we can do a round two sometime.
Exactly. Anytime y'all ready, just let me know.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. So, Ray, I'm going to go ahead and let you take over while I go set up the radio program and everything. But like I said, man, appreciation to you, Wayne Jones, for just staying so connected and staying such a good person from day one. And I wish you the best of luck this next year.
Same to you, my brother.
Love
you a lot, man.
All right, Ray, I'm out. I will talk to you in just a moment.
All right.
All
right, Mr. Wayne Jones, first off, I want to say I'm honored you're on here. I want to say that I am humble. I want to say that, this whole interview was supposed to be about you, but just like me, it was about everybody else. And I have all the respect and loyalty and gratitude, for you. The fact that you care about others and the fact that you work with others and you actually put others ahead of yourself. And that's awesome. And also what you said about, being spiritual. I'm spiritual as well. I don't attend church. I don't read the Bible that much, but I do have, a background. I do believe in the old-fashioned stories, and, I get what you're saying. I really do. And I truly believe, we're supposed to follow, our leaders in our country, but what if they're all leading us down there,
That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's, and that's just the way I feel. You know what I'm saying? I run a business, man, and my business is a service business, and my service is to my artists. My service is to my artists and to their fans. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep my fans happy. I want to grow the fan base. And I want to keep my artists happy by performing well for them. That's my only concern. You know what I'm saying? Because see, I've completed everything that I needed to complete. I'm going to be 50 years old this year. You know what I'm saying? I've traveled the world. I've done more in these years than most people done in their lifetime. And I'm not stopping because I'm not going nowhere anytime soon. There's a lot of other things I want to do. There's a lot of other goals that I have to meet. There's a lot of other challenges that I'm going to get past and come past and come out on top of. And that's because of the people that I'm surrounded by. That's because of the staff that's part of my songs,
I totally understand. And, I'm going to let you go in a minute, but, if somebody wants to get a hold of you and listens to this and wants you to be, their manager or, help them when, become a better artist or whatever, how did they get a hold of you?
Well, first of all, I'm on Reverb Nation. Look up Wayne Management Company on Reverb Nation. I'm easy to find on Reverb Nation. You can also find me on Facebook. You can either search out my name, Wayne Jones, or search out my tag name on Facebook, which is King Leo 04. I have two fan pages on Facebook. One is called Wayne Management Company, and one is called Black Lion Entertainment Music Group. Either one of those you can contact me at. My website, of course, is www.blems, which is BLEMG.com. And then there's www.waynemanagement, WAYNEMGMT.com. You can reach me out on Twitter at WayneMGMTCO. You can hit me up on Instagram, same name, Wayne, WAYNEMGMTCO. Reach out to me. I'm always an open book. I'm always looking to help. I'm always looking to give advice. You know, if I can guide you, if I can help you, I don't have a problem doing it. You know, I just, you know, if I'm going to give you 100%, I expect you to do the same.
That's absolutely awesome. And like I said, I have so much respect for you, and I'll definitely have you, come on. Maybe, I don't know, probably, I don't know, maybe March sometime. We'll do it again or something. We'll plan on something, a bit longer. Have more people come on and everything, and I'll promote it better. I've had a really bad week this week. I know that there's no point in excuses, but I have. So.
Well, don't get me wrong, man. This week for me has not been peachy keen either. Especially with today. You know, I had a really bad day today, but I had to still keep myself occupied and keep myself prepared and be prepared to speak to you and your audience today. And I'm so glad that I did.
Oh, all right. And just to let you know, the rebroadcast will be available on iHeartRadio.com. I'll send you the link and everything. And thank you for your time, Mr. Wayne.
Thank you, man. I love y'all a lot, man. Keep doing what y'all doing, and I will keep doing what I'm doing. I'll speak to you in March.
All right. Well, we'll plan on speaking then. You have yourself a wonderful evening. Take care.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. That was Wayne Jones from Wayne Management. And right next, keep it locked because we got Twism White Piece doing his thing for the next 2.5 hours, however long he wants to do it. All right, and this is Ray Ray. I'm done till Sunday when I got the interview with Logan Arsenault. If you want to be a part of that for 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1-855-403-9071. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Take care.